What's up guys, my name is Brandon, welcome to Quick Flicks. Today, we are covering You're Next, directed by Adam Wingard in 2011. Wingard has directed some great titles, including the VHS films, Blair Witch 2016, and even The Guest, which I'm extremely pumped to cover. It's such a great film, and I definitely recommend watching that one. He's also directing the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong movie, coming out May 21st, 2021. Now back to what you're here for. You're Next isn't your typical home invasion movie. It's riddled with great kills, twists, and a pretty neat final girl in Erin. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's jump into the movie. The movie opens up with two people doing the do, but one of them ain't liking it too much. Eric goes to shower, while Talia goes to get a drink in the kitchen. She turns on some good tunes, and sits down when the motion sensor lights turn on outside. We then see Eric getting out of the shower and drying off, then going to the kitchen to grab a drink as well, when he sees blood on the glass spelling out "You're Next." He then looks down to see Talia's body on the ground, all dead and stuff. He freaks out and turns around into a masked man, who then grabs Eric by the throat, raises his machete, and chops that fool, getting his blood all over that fancy wall art. The next day, we meet Paul and Aubrey, who are the parents of the family meeting up for dinner tonight at the family vacation house. We then meet Crispin and Erin, Crispin being the son of Paul and Aubrey, and Erin being his little lover. Erin is a little nervous about meeting Crispin's parents, as they're loaded, but claims she's excited to meet them. Later on, Aubrey is cleaning up when she hears a noise from upstairs. She then tells Paul about it, and claims they need to get the heck out of there. She's the smart person that never exists in horror movies. Paul tells her to go outside, while he goes upstairs to check it out. As he's about to open a spooky door, Crispin suddenly grabs him from behind, scaring the ever-living daylights out of him. They say what up to each other, and head downstairs. As they leave, the spooky door suddenly nudges open a little. They then go outside, Paul meeting Erin, who is comforting Aubrey from being all spooked out. The next morning, Crispin awakes and goes downstairs to see Erin already making friends with his brother Drake and his wife Kelly. Drake stands up to greet Crispin, but just shows the audience he's the typical douchey older brother, calling his brother fat and jabbing at him. Erin wanders around and finds Aubrey, asking if she needs any help washing the dishes. Aubrey instead asks Erin if she can go to the neighbor's house and ask for some milk. On her way out, she sees Crispin talking to his dad about his publishing issues as an author. Erin gets to the neighbor's house, who, spoiler alert, yeah, it's the dead people from the beginning. Freak man, what are they gonna do without the milk? Nighttime rolls around, and the last set of people show up, including the sister Amy, her boyfriend Tariq, the youngest brother Felix, and his girlfriend Z. Now that everyone has settled in, they help themselves to dinner. Whilst eating, Drake asks Erin how they met, despite him already knowing and just wanting to embarrass them. Erin reveals that she was actually Crispin's TA, Drake then mumbling, "unprofessional," causing them to argue, leading to an even bigger family argument. As they are arguing, Tariq notices something outside. He stands up and takes a look-see out there when he gets an arrow straight to the forehead. The family obviously freaks out, and Drake tries getting his mom away from the window when he also gets shot with a bolt right to the shoulder. They all duck, and one by one make their way out of the dining room, into the entrance area of the house. We get a little comedic relief when Drake and Crispin start bantering about Crispin being fat.
Because I'm the fastest.
He has a fucking arrow in his back!
Stop yelling at me, Kelly!
I didn't know what it had to do with your legs if you never run, you fat fuck.
I'm not fat anymore!
Shut the fuck up!
Another reason why I love this film, the comedic relief throughout is just great. They decide they need the fastest runner to go outside and get into the car to go get help. Amy volunteers and prepares to sprint. Felix and Paul open the door for her, but as soon as she exits, she hits her throat on a metal wire hung up across the doorway. They quickly drag her in and she bleeds out and dies as her family cries around her. Erin steps up, becomes a bit of a BA, and locks all windows and doors to keep the house as secure as possible. However, while locking up a window in the kitchen, one of the masked men punches through the glass and grabs her hair, but she grabs a kitchen knife and stabs that fool's arm against the wall. Heck yeah, Erin. Paul then takes Aubrey, who is bawling her eyes out uncontrollably, upstairs to lay in bed. He leaves her all by her lonesome when a masked man appears under the bed. The family hears her screams, but when they arrive, it's too late. She has a machete in her cranium, and the words "You're Next" are written out on the wall in blood. Paul freaks out because, you know, his wife just freaking died, and his kids drag him downstairs to calm him down. Meanwhile, Kelly stays upstairs investigating when she looks under the bed and out pops the masked man again. She screams her lungs out and runs downstairs, straight out of the house. Drake follows behind trying to calm her down, but hits his arrow on the metal wire. In pain, he pulls it out, causing him to faint. They drag him inside, and Crispin decides to run out for the car and bring it around front to get everyone in and get the heck out of there. Meanwhile, Kelly makes it to the neighbor's house and pounds on the door. In her reflection, she sees a masked man who punches her through the glass. When she gets up, she sees the dude, Eric, dead on his couch. The masked man walks over, takes his axe, and plays a little golf with her head. Crispin, on the other hand, is checking out the cars and realizes they don't work. He relays the info back to the group and tells them he's going to go to the neighbor's house for help. He says his goodbyes and leaves. Aaron tries to ensure the security of the group a little bit more by boiling some water and getting some weapons for everyone to carry. On her way back to the group, a window shatters and in comes a masked man. He swings at Aaron, but she dodges, kicks him down low, and beats his head in with a meat tenderizer. Felix and Z sit there watching all confused. Pretty funny. Paul decides to take matters into his own hands. He grabs a knife and heads upstairs to try and find Aubrey's killer. As he's looking, he finds out killers have been living in the closet, stalking them. He then runs into Felix and Z and explains to them what he found. While talking, another masked man comes up behind him and slices his throat. He tries to grab Felix for help, but Felix doesn't want any of that. Paul then bleeds out and dies. Felix and Z stand over his corpse and then have a little chat with Wolf Mask. So yes, Felix and Z are in on this. Downstairs, Lamb Mask finds Tiger Mask's corpse and goes berserk, flipping over tables and whatnot. Aaron hears this from a little room right next to him and prepares herself when she knocks over a broom, creating a loud enough noise for Lamb Mask to go over there and start chopping that door down. While chopping, Drake comes too, and Lamb Mask sees him. He slowly walks towards him, getting ready to kill him, when Aaron comes from behind and stabs him with a screwdriver. Drake then grabs the axe, and they just sit there and look at each other for a little bit. And then Lamb Mask just runs away. What are you guys doing? Like, just kill him. He is literally unarmed. But whatever. Moving through the night, Aaron and Z make some traps, while Felix and Drake find some weapons in the basement. While chatting, Felix mentions that Kelly died, Drake flipping out. Felix then grabs a screwdriver and stabs him right in the stomach, repeatedly. He just keeps grabbing him. Ouch. Probably the saddest death in the movie, to be honest. Upstairs, Aaron is setting down some traps when Z comes from behind her, getting ready to kill her, but Aaron turns around, and Z gets a bit intimidated. Aaron goes upstairs, into the bedroom Aubrey was murdered in, and notices Wolf Mask in the corner of her eye. She throws her meat tenderizer at him and jumps out the window, getting stabbed by a shard of glass on the way down. She pulls it out and hears some footsteps and sees Lamb Mask, who shoots at her but misses. Aaron runs back inside, locks the door, and hides. Lamb Mask then enters through the window and steps on a nail board Aaron set up and flips out in pain. Felix and Z hear this and send Wolf Mask to assist with the issue. Felix follows and they see the disaster in the living room. Felix flips out, screaming at them, telling them how horrible of a job they're doing. Aaron overhearing this, Lamb Mask gets angry and holds him against the wall, threatening to kill him. But Felix reminds them that they can't get their money unless they keep him alive. So there's the motive, parent inheritance, allowing Felix and Z to get rich. They then pay off the killers. They then hear Aaron's ringtone go off across the house, and Wolf Mask goes to check it out. Aaron prepares herself as he approaches and leaps out, punching him in the throat. This knocks him down, and she runs out the front door, but double backs, going through the side window back into the house. This actually fakes out everyone except Lamb Mask, who decides to stay behind and peek through. As he does, he turns his head, and Aaron stabs him with a knife, stunning him and ultimately falling down to his death. She grabs his nifty little fire axe and sets up a trap at the front door that'll kill anyone who walks through. Back outside, Felix blows up, thinking Aaron got away, but Wolf Mask is confident that she didn't due to her injuries. Felix and Z take the crossbow and scout the main streets, while Wolf Mask goes back to the house to make sure that she didn't double back. Once he arrives, Aaron notices and goes to the basement, knocking out the lights, setting up a camera with a flash to continuously take photos. Wolf Mask slowly approaches and gets blinded by the bright flashes, Aaron then hitting him in the back of the head with a wooden log. She beats his cranium in till he's ultimately dead. She then goes back upstairs, feeling a little more relaxed when Felix shoots her through the window with a crossbow. Him and Z run to the window, only to find that she's not there anymore. Z goes in with a crossbow to find her, while Felix goes to the car to disable the phone jammers, and gets a little pocket knife. While Z is scouting the house, she goes into the kitchen and gets hit and beat up by Aaron. Felix hears this and comes to aid when Aaron throws the water at him, but it's no longer hot. Felix makes a comment about it, but then trips on the water and gets hit with the door, but manages to stab Aaron in the back with a knife. Aaron then grabs a blender and breaks it over his face and sticks it in his head. She then plugs it in and turns it on and blends his head up, killing Felix. That was really freaking cool, actually. She then pulls the knife out of her back and stabs it in Aziz's head, also killing her. She sits down feeling much better when Felix's phone starts ringing. She pulls it out and answers to hear Crispin's voice at the other end of the line, apologizing for having to leave as he can't handle blood and icky stuff. So yes, Crispin was in on it as well. Aaron never says a word, and Crispin, being concerned, he walks into the house and sees all the mayhem and turns around to see Aaron standing behind him. He tells her that she was never supposed to be harmed and tries convincing her to stay with him, as they'll be extremely rich by getting the entire inheritance since everyone else has died. He gradually inches towards her, and when we think Aaron might just stay with him, she stabs him in the neck, and then in the frickin' eyeball. Ouch. She then gets shot in the shoulder out of nowhere, and the camera pans over to see a cop, who then runs over to his car and requests medics and backup. He then enters the house, Aaron realizing this and trying to warn him, but it's too late. The trap goes off, and he gets axed right in the head, which leads into the credits, and the movie ends.